example of to see how we can let's say write a data, right? As in this term we have seen in the example, what we have done here is we have taken a buffered reader, a class, to read data from a stream. That is which kind of stream? That is input stream reader. And this indicates the you can say input device. Obviously, as of now, it will be our keyboard, which will be taking data from here, reading it, and then storing it into a kind of object as BR. Right? Now I need to display. Now I'm using here as system.out. Out will represent the data to be displayed on the screen. So I'm telling the user to enter a character. Now see here, I have used as read line, right? And I'm taking input to read a character, right? We'll see this when we execute it. String str equal to br.readLine. So we are creating a string storing that entire data, whatever being printed by the user on the console screen, and then storing it into this variable. We need to print this, right? Whatever the user has entered at the runtime, we need to print it. Right, so this here read line will take the entire line of your characters, right? And if you want to go for a single character, you can typecast it as char ch. I'll make some changes here. Buffered will be the same, then we need to tell the user to enter a character, and for this entire string, what I'll do is I'll take a character as ch equal to br dot only read, right? And then I'll typecast it, right? So whatever we are going to read will be converted into a character and later on will be displayed. So instead of str, now we'll be having as ch. So I'll store this and again try to execute. So it has not taken into consideration remaining characters. It has skipped all those because we have used here read method, which accepts only a single character. If you want to go it, convert it into a string, use read line method from buffered reader, and you can read the entire character as you can see here, right? So these are two different methods, right? Either you can go for read line or you can go for only read. Next, if you want to take multiple, you can say data types at a time by using same, I've just implemented as integer, string and character, right? Similarly, you can take float double for the salary purpose also. So in this program, what we're trying to do is we're trying to take the input as an employee ID, which is an integer value, then his name as a string, right? And a character to ask his gender, either male or female. So specifically, if I write as MALE, right, so only first letter M will be calculated. So you need to tell the user that what kind of input should be there, whether I'm going to read an entire line or just a character. So depending on this, you can say output, user can identify what has to be entered. Save this program. So this is what we entered, right? So according to the input and according to the output, we have seen here employee ID as 111, name as Volchan, and gender as male, right? So instead of not getting a single character, you can also use string here, right? So as you used in your name, so both can be applicable over here, right? So this is how you take an input from the keyboard, right? So for output, simple, you go for stream for system.out. Similarly, you can use floating values, right? So you have different codes to write it. If you want to parse it, parsing the data from the integer, or a simple example, I'll show you here. If you're going to use a string, use br.readline, right? So first we should accept the integer, right? Integer number from the keyword as a string using the read line. Read line will take the entire line which you have entered as an runtime. Now the number is in string, that is in the form of string. They should be converted into an integer by using parse int, a method of integer class, right? These are wrapper classes of using the parse int. So how do we write it? I'll show you in the next line as int n equal to integer dot parse int and pass that object, which one, as str, right? Now what will happen here, if you need these above two statements, right, to not to write in this two different ways, first defining this and then again writing this can also be written in a single line again, int n equal to dot parse int here dot, both are same, right? Now similarly, if you want to go for integer, you can write this. If you want to go for float, what will be the change? The change here will be just as parse float, parse double, right? You can go for other data type values also. You can go for parse byte, right? You can go for parse short. You can use long boolean. For boolean parse boolean, B will be capital here. Remember, whatever these data types we are using in this classes, such as byte, short, integer, long, float, double, or boolean, these all belong to java.lang package, right? These are called as wrapper classes. We'll see this in the upcoming lectures. What are wrapper classes, right? Wrapper classes are represented in this way. So capital I as in data type indicates a wrapper class. So you can use this for parsing of different data types, or similarly, if you go for this different type of, you can say here, you can use it for float, double, byte, and boolean also.